everybody at the table got fettuccine Alfredo, basically, some form of it. Mine was one solid noodle. Like they threw it in there, let it just clump into a pile. Half of it was cooked, half of it was crunchy, and it was stuck into one big pile of noodle. Like they never stirred the water. All right, we got another episode of the old Frosty Dinghy. Got J-Mac hanging out over there. He's all sleeved up for the chilly weather in his basement. How you doing, Chief? You having a good night?
So far, so good. Just get started.
Well, we did something a little different on the last podcast we released. It's called Stay Frosty with Ashley. I don't know if you've seen her actual logo or not yet.
I thought you showed it to me the other day.
So she's rocking that as of right now. We're going to get that going.
Are the t-shirts in the works?
Yeah, there'll be t-shirts for this one. She's got her other t-shirt that I put up on the last episode as well. Those will be rolling out once we get the old Etsy page rolling. But what do you think of this pontoon boat?
Looks pretty good. More kind of just a classical design, I would say.
They seem to have forgot the motor and the helm.
Yeah, those are minor details. Everybody grabs a paddle.
But they did get her flower in there that she likes. So, although they stole it from her tattoo and just set it in the picture.
Japanese lotus.
Don't know what kind of lotus it is, but I know I'm supposed to buy them. That's what I know.
Sounds cheap.
Sounds like I get off easy. We also had a winner on our poll the other day. Remember what poll it was?
Say that again.
We had a winner on the poll that I put up on Spotify.
Oh, yeah. What was that? Who won?
That would be that boat. That boat was the winner. The design, not the actual boat itself, just like with the bar in the back and the seating up front.
Yeah, and then you got that storage in the back.
Yep, a little bit of storage.
Looks like the steering wheel's kind of midway there.
Yep, it sits right in the... I keep forgetting I can't show you on that. Yeah, right in there. With the middle of the boat off to the right-hand side steering. But there also was a secondary put in that needs to be added to the boat. So they want a combination of that roof.
A little bit taller, more of a pitch.
Yep. They want the A-frame roof because you can, it actually increases the storage up top so you can put the life jackets above it. The reason this one didn't win is it's backwards, of course, the seating's in the back, but those stools on it are the stackable loose ones, so you can't really sit on it. Well,
that's right. I remember we talked about that.
Yeah. You can't sit on them when they're underway, so that makes it a little difficult. But yeah, we're going to go with the first design, the first layout with that kind of roof, it looks like. It's what we're shooting for. And I'd like to have that motor too, because I like that motor.
That's a good sized motor.
Yeah. I actually priced it from a builder to see how much it was going to cost. I didn't contact him, but I used the old grok and pulled up how much those boats would run. And you're looking about $50,000 to $65,000.
Is that plus the cost of the boat or just?
No, that's the whole boat done.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now, can I get it cheaper? Probably. I don't think I'll actually use the business that I looked it up with, but I just wanted a ballpark figure. So by all means, start throwing money at me. You, people, hell, I don't care. Got to get that boat paid for somehow. Work in the corner, it costs me more money than I'm making.
Is this a segue?
No.
Oh, segue to what? It brings me to Frosty Dinghy Rentals for all your camper needs. You don't have a camper? No problem. We got you. Don't want to set one up? No problem. We got you.
See, I didn't even have to segue it to myself. Good job. Now, where can they find these campers?
Do you have frostydinghy.com market yet?
No, it's still at RV Easy, or you can pull up our Frosty Dinghy Hoobie page, and it has all of our links on it, including this podcast and then many podcasts like it.
Is there any way you can post it right here?
I can post it right over there on that side. Yep, you bet. Whoop. Up there. Which one do you want up there? Do you want the Hoobie or the RV Easy?
I don't know. How about we put the logo right here?
Logo's usually over here, but I'll put the logo right there for you.
We already got one in the background.
Yeah, but we don't have the RV Easy logo because I haven't made one yet. So there's that.
Do you have ideas for yours for that logo?
I do. I kind of want to, kind of like the Stay Frosty with the Ashley thing. I want to keep all the themes together, but the camper be the present force in that one.
There you go.
I think I do have one made somewhere, but can't remember exactly where it's at.
Now, are you going more of a newer style, kind of like what you have? Or are you going to kind of make it more of a retro look or more of a rednecky look? I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go with it.
Hold on. Let me look. I think it's on my phone, so I might need your finger pointing abilities again. There it is. I do have it made. I am sending it right now so you can talk about it, and then I'll put it on the screen with your little finger pointing. How's that sound?
We'll give it a shot. I think you did show me this one.
So there's a couple little tweaks I want to do to it, but for the most part, that's pretty good. I wanted to change the lettering to a different color at one point.
Why not have you in the boat with the frost around it, just wearing like a camo vest?
Camo vest? Does that fit? How about a Hawaiian shirt in the middle of winter and a pair of shorts?
All right, there you got it.
Because then it ties the whole thing together.
To work every day.
So I'll work on making that one. We will turn those into shirts as well. I think we got like 7 shirts now.
There we go.
That'll be popping out on Etsy, which you can also find on our Hoobie page. I don't see a finger.
Let's go with right here.
Right there. Okay, we'll stick it over there. Is there anything you would like me to point for? I have fingers.
And I think we got it all covered.
Are you still doing your workout shirts? You can put them up here.
No, I quit doing those. I didn't get the participation I thought I was going to.
Well, we can restart that, sir, right here. And we'll put the Facebook page.
More of a name and a redesign.
We'll slide.
I haven't thought about that one in a while.
We'll slide you under the Frosty umbrella.
There you go.
So, speaking of, since we're on T-shirts and you brought it up, I just popped in my head. Is there a place that ever gave you a T-shirt that was like your prized possession for years? The one that nobody could throw away, no matter who you were dating.
The coincidence, actually, I don't remember how many years ago I got rid of it, but when I was in high school, I did get one of our old football shirts. It was from probably 10 years before me, and I had that son of a bitch until at least 2010. So it was probably at least 30 years old minimum.
I had my Midland College T-shirt. It was that light material. So the real soft ones, they're normally expensive, but since I played there, they gave it to me for free. I wore that thing until it was see-through.
I was going to say, mine turned out to be real light material there towards the end.
I think I had mine like 15 years before it finally went see-through, and it got that first hole, and since it was washed so many times, that hole just spread across it like wildfire.
Absolutely.
Crazy. I don't know. And then us growing up, we had special shirts back in the day that they don't have anymore, and I think they should come back with them, to be honest. I know you talked about them before, but I don't think I ever pulled any up. We had these when we were growing up.
Yeah, there was Big Johnson, and what was the other one? Coed Naked.
Yep. See if I can find one of the Coed Naked shirts.
That was also around the same time as No Fear.
Yep. No Fear had all kinds of designs out. And then what was it that came after No Fear? Ain't Scared or something like that?
Yeah. How did that one go? I don't remember. I just know those were like the big 3 for a while. But then do you remember, what was the one with the dog?
I don't remember the dog. I remember the Bud Light dog. There's one of your Coed Naked shirts. Got to tie it back to the channel real quick. A little fishing. Coed Naked fishing.
There you go.
Feels good to release. Did you figure out the dog shirt yet?
I think it was just called Big Dogs. Can't find
Big Dogs. Yeah.
I can't find any specific ones that brings memory. I remember the logo now, but
this is one of them that I saw all the damn time. They sell it at the Walmart apparently. So shout out to Walmart. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think that's added. because before it was just the dog without the flag.
A little more patriotic way.
I like this one better. So what other nostalgic stuff from our past has been making a comeback lately?
Well, I recently seen them advertised a little bit. I don't know that I've seen anybody with them, but Jinko jeans. You remember those?
Those big flared out guys?
Yeah, they were just huge skater pants. The pockets on them were super huge. Would be really nice now for these fucking cell phones that we have, but yeah, they're just way overkill all around.
Jinko jeans, you could like put a whole laptop in the back pocket.
Correct.
Most of the tablets
skidding down the pavement and wouldn't even damage them.
Most of the tablets would fall out. That's how big the pockets on the back were.
I had one pair, and they were my absolute favorite pair. I don't know why. And especially for me back then when I was, 6'3", 173 pounds, I looked absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, I know. I still remember you wearing those jeans. I think I saw a picture of you in those jeans and a white T-shirt not too long ago.
There was a white T-shirt, not a wife beater?
No, you had a white T-shirt on because we were going out and you had a hat on. I can't remember where the photo came from, but I'm pretty sure it was an old, not a Polaroid, but a developed film picture in some
it was
sleeve. I didn't have a Polaroid, man. I just bought the disposable cameras.
Nobody said it was our camera.
Well, a lot of the stuff that we had back in the day, I wouldn't really classify it as ours until after we picked it up. If it came to a party, it might leave with one of us.
Or it just goes with the house. Nobody actually owns it, but nobody ever takes it.
It just stays.
Just there.
So I honestly thought you were going to go with something a little bit more creative than the pants on this one. I think that you might have strong feelings about it, so we'll just throw it up there. Tom is coming back. Tom's not an owner anymore. Tom sold it in like 2005 or 2015, something like that, but they're bringing it back.
That's what I heard. That's what my wife told me the other day. But it's the same thing with MapQuest. You see that's coming back?
Yeah, but MySpace, I think, is going to give a lot of people in today's society a nervous breakdown when you have to rank your friends or pick that one song that plays in your background when you log in.
We'll see. I think as a society, everybody's gotten too caught up on how fast everything works, and you have to take some time to build that page. And I don't know that anybody's going to necessarily take. We'll see.
I think there's a lot of people that are trying to get away from the bots and the algorithms that.
Right, but it all goes back to it eventually. So
they're trying. So the difference with MySpace, at least from what I was told, is that the algorithm has no path because you can only communicate with friends. There isn't that option to just post and let everybody see it. They have to be in your friend group. So that will kill a lot of the algorithm. Like now, anybody can post and it's like people you may know. And then you get 700 bot posts on your Facebook wall while you're trying to find something from your friends. So I think MySpace will bring it back to kicking out the AI algorithm. I'm sure they'll figure out a way to like have AI builders and stuff like that. So it'd take like 20 seconds for you to have a copy and paste page. I see that happening.
That's true.
I mean, right now I use it to build a lot of the images and stuff that you see. So, I mean, they're not too far away. And if you click on give me a bio for whatever site you're working on, like TikTok or Instagram or something like that, it pops a copy and paste with emojis and all that crap in it. So, which is where I've been stealing some of my bios from because nobody wants to read a whole paragraph to find out what you guys do. So we have shortened it, condensed it, and made it to the point.
Bingo.
Yeah, but I make sure that, it has all the necessary stuff in it on what we actually talk about here, which is everything except for politics. We don't do the politics. MySpace is about as close as you're going to get us until your sports episode.
Bingo. Yeah.
Yeah. That might be a little different. I can just imagine how that's going to go. But somebody's all fired up. Can't go after Sophie. Can't do it.
I agree. Leave her alone.
She's doing fine right where she's at. It all this talk about the throwbacks is also, I think, why Pizza Hut can make their comeback right now.
Yeah, I heard they're bringing back some of the actual sit-downs.
Going back to actual people interacting with people. Nothing pisses me off more than when you sit down at an eat-in restaurant and they got one of those little fucking card swiper deals on the table, like Olive Garden.
Right.
The food at Olive Garden, other than the breadsticks, is horrible anyway. I've never had anything good at Olive Garden. For some reason, everybody else at the table, their food always comes out perfect. Mine always comes out fucked up. I think it knows I hate it. So I got the raviolis 3 times ago, and they came out, and I took a bite, and they were burnt, like freezer burnt. You could taste it. I let everybody else try one, and they're like, this is horrible. Last time I went, everybody at the table got fettuccine Alfredo, basically, some form of it. Mine was one solid noodle. Like they threw it in there, let it just clump into a pile. Half of it was cooked, half of it was crunchy, and it was stuck into one big pile of noodle. Like they never stirred the water. It was so bad
that keeps happening to you.
I don't know. But every time I go to Olive Garden, there's something bad, and it always gets served to me. It was so bad, Ashley's like, oh, I can see what you're talking about, but it's not that bad. I'll take it home and eat it as leftovers. She ate the shrimp out of it and threw the rest away. She's like, you were right. It was horrible.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I didn't get that on camera that she actually told me I was right, so it didn't happen.
You still got to mark it on the calendar.
Yeah, it's on there. It's a national holiday in this household. She ended up doing a vacation dive into Galveston for her. That's what she wanted to do for her first podcast, was go over all the stuff that she didn't have time to do last time, like walk in and see all the big mansions and stuff that have the tours, and listed out a bunch of the restaurants and stuff down there that look good that she didn't get a chance to. What have you missed out on a vacation that you just want to go back just for that one thing?
Yeah. I suppose the last time we went to Florida, we were about 2 weeks too early because it was too windy to do a lot of water stuff. Everything we signed up to, the water was just too choppy. I mean, we'd signed up to go parasailing. Tiki boats, actually. I think that's where we first came up with that idea. We were going on a tiki boat, but I think that family that owned that part of that franchise had some other stuff going on, is what we were going to do, but ended up being too windy. We weren't able to go out. So probably go try that again. This last, 2 months ago when we went to Denver, it was 85 degrees when we got there, snowing the next day. I guess need to find a little bit better time of weather to go, or be more prepared, I suppose.
So you said you were doing water activities. Were you actually going to get in the water?
No, there's no reason for that. I don't know where you caught that apart, any of that.
So you just want to be over top of the water, not in the water.
Well, trust me, it's that's something I'm doing for my wife. I think it's sketchy as fuck, because what happens when that goddamn cable breaks? Either I'm fucking just sailing off fucking wherever. Eventually you got to come back down, bud. And if you're out in the middle of nowhere, I sure as fuck don't want it to be in the goddamn ocean.
Did you pack an inflatable unicorn floaty and a fishbowl?
No, I'm waiting for that to hit the shop with the t-shirts.
I figured that'd be like one of your survival things you'd stick in your life jacket when you went up in the parasail, is have a floaty in there.
Oh, trust me, I had the koozie with the fishing reel on it.
The old chillin' reels.
That's what it's called. I couldn't remember the goddamn name of it.
I follow that guy on TikTok and I think Instagram. Some of those videos are pretty funny. There was one where he had a guy that was off of the boat and he was drinking and hooked a pretty big fish on the chillin' reel. And he had to come swim back, give it out all of his line and swim back to the boat and get up there because it kept dragging him around and under. Ended up bringing in a pretty decent fish. One that's, if you're a little guy, it's pretty hard to fight when you're in the water. It comes with I can't remember. I thought it was 8-pound test on it, something like that, somewhere around there. But it's a knob on the side of a plastic koozie. When you restring it, you can put whatever you want on it, whatever your grip strength allows, that you don't lose your koozie. I think I'd probably be up to like a log chain, because you're not getting the beer out of my hand. I believe it was my uncle that used to go up to his waist because he couldn't swim very well, and he'd stand in the water when it was hot and fish, and he got a little bit deep once, hooked into something, and it pulled his feet out from underneath of him, and he was floating around getting drugged by a fish until somebody went out and grabbed him and brought him back to the bank. He was a bobber at that point. Those are definitely some good fishing memories that just keep packed away. Bring them up at family get-togethers. And then he always brings up the one where I was waist deep in the water and fishing like a moron. Started pretending that a Rapala was a fly fishing tool and proceeded to put the treble hook about halfway through my leg.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to go get that one surgically removed from that stupid little incident.
Too, huh?
Yeah, well, I used to get those shots about every time I walked in the office because there's rust or water or mud involved in everything that I ended up at the ER for, which was frequent visits. They say you're supposed to only get that tetanus shot once every 10 years, but I think I got it once about every 6 months for a while.
You should be good for like 60 years, right?
That's when well, tetanus is the only one that I'm not a medical expert, and this is not medical advice, but what I've heard is tetanus is the only thing that you can get the shot after getting the wound and prevent it. I heard that on a different podcast. So I would fact check that and not take my word for it.
Oh, it's going in the ball, bud.
Hey,
your word is gold. Good as gold.
I am not a doctor, sir. I will look at things and give my opinion, but I will not give you recommendations or write you prescriptions.
But there's really not much difference in what you do now compared to that. You know stuff and you fix it. So you're just fixing people. So yeah. I get it. I believe you.
I'm telling you right now, machines can bleed out. I have proven this fact. You made me stop one from bleeding out before I left today. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, but how long would that have gone unnoticed or unset? I shouldn't say even unnoticed because you always see the puddles, but before anybody sets anything.
Until morning when you told me again. Yeah. What did I get? I got sent down there for low brake fluid the other day.
And how much did you have put in it? Nothing?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They keep writing it on the back of the damn thing. And I'm like, how? And I was like, how can you guys even tell? Because I know they're not sticking a flashlight up there. They're doing anything right because it's darker in hell and it's a small ass space, but the brakes are working just fine.
Yeah. And I can still see at least 3/4 or more of the fluid in the reservoir. You don't need any. I miss back in the old days when I had that little plunger, right? When your fluid started going down, it started popping down to keep the pressure up. And it took 3 clicks. And if it was still touching, you were good. If it wasn't touching the bottom of the 3rd click, you filled it back up and popped the little things back up. They need to go back to that shit.
They got to change fucking everything.
They got to make it streamlined and put an invisible line on something that you can't see unless you have a flashlight, which means you have to take out the whole dash. That goes for cars as well. Remember when you could work on those? Now you have to pull the engine on some vehicles to change an oil filter. What an engineer came up with that idea?
Kind of the same ones that went in with like I don't know how many different cars it is, but at least the Dodge Stratus, you have to go through the fender well to change the damn battery.
Yep.
Jeep Cherokee, the battery's underneath the passenger seat. I haven't attempted to do anything with it yet, but I can only imagine what that's.
Great storage location for a battery. What didn't that vehicle on 51st Dates, the one that she was driving, that yellow thing?
No, that was convertible? A Volkswagen. I don't know. I can't think of it. I want to say Gremlin.
But the battery was underneath the seat on that as well.
Yeah, but that car was from, 70s, 60s? I could kind of understand something like that then. Mine's 18, 19, something like that.
Well, you wanted retro. There's your throwback.
Right. I mean, like my Challenger, it's in the trunk. That's nice and easy to get to. I don't have to fight nothing. It's fucking right there.
Why'd they put the battery in the trunk?
The only thing I can remotely think of off the top of my head is for spacing in the engine compartment. But I don't.
That sounds like the only possible situation on it, which could be the problem with the Cherokee as well. They ran out of room with the engine compartment design and forgot to put the battery in. So they're like, hey, where can we run wires?
Well, just to give you some reference, like my Cherokee, it's an 18 or 19. Our Gladiator is a 23. Same motors. The Gladiator takes 5 quarts of oil. Cherokee takes 6, or vice versa. I might have them mixed up, but either way. And then I've never seen this before, but I haven't had a lot of Jeeps or worked on them. Like I said, it's the same motor. On the Gladiator, the alternator is reversed. It's facing in. So I don't even know what kind of problems that's going to cause if I ever have to change that belt. I'm assuming you'll have to take the damn alternator. I don't know.
Probably just have to pop the alternator off, put the belt on the bottom pulley, and then stick the alternator back in.
The good thing is not about the Gladiator, but the Jeep there is a ton of room in there between the front of the motor and the radiator. So that if I do have to ever do anything to it, hopefully it isn't too awfully bad. I've definitely been in a lot tighter spaces, that's for sure, on cars.
Well, the Wrangler and Gladiator style are set up for plug and plays. It's where you pop something off and you can plug another adapter or adaptation of whatever you took off back on, like bumpers and all that crap.
They're grown man Legos.
Yeah, that's basically what they are. I mean, I paid other people to build my Lego, but still, that's what it was. Which they ended up selling. They sold my Jeep.
Oh yeah, it had a bunch of new parts on it. Why wouldn't it sell fast?
No shit. They sold it for like 10,000 more than they gave me.
Fuck, I hate dealerships, dude. That's fucking shit all a scam.
One of the stupid things though is I was going to replace the door hinges until I realized I had to sell it. And to do all 4 doors, it was $800, right? The person that bought it apparently wrote it into the sale that they wanted the front 2 doors replaced. They didn't replace all 4. They didn't care about the back doors, being stiffed when they're trying to open them. They just wanted new ones on the front doors. That makes 0 sense. They're going to be a little bit different colored, first of all. Second of all, try pulling those damn things off. They were damn near impossible. I about cut my hands on the bottom of the door every time I tried taking them off. And it wasn't rusted or sharp or anything. It was the blunt edges. It was worth it though. I still want my Jeep. It's just the Jeep can't pull the camper.
You need 2 campers. I mean, that's twice the money, right?
Yeah, got to get the second camper going, but the Jeep can only pull up to 3,500 pounds.
I'm not talking for pulling. I'm just saying you have your Jeep to drive. That way the truck is business only. You got your fucking Jeep to drive around daily.
Yeah, I can't afford that yet. I'm paying off the camper. We'll get there, and pretty soon I'll be paying off a boat again for the second time, almost third time. But this one I'm not letting out of my eyesight. That way I can keep an eye on it. Make sure that boat keeps getting progress done on it this time. It'll be
a lot
nice
easier
change.
to do when you're closer to it.
Yeah, and that's 90% of the problem is trying to get it built in a state you don't live in. Well, there's still a boat down there somewhere that I own. Not quite sure where it's at or how far along it is, but it's down there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not seaworthy at the moment, so no renting a boat out yet. But kind of funny, the boat design I had put together for it is pretty much similar to the one that everybody voted on. So that's nice. At least I know that I was on the right direction.
I say you're on the right track.
Yep. Except for I think I'm doing away with the slide on top.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think the slide's got to
Insurance
go.
or what?
Well, that's part of it, but honestly, for what we're trying to do with the boat, is it really a good fit to have a bar and a slide on a boat? I mean, yeah,
I get your point, but you're gonna be drinking anyway.
Yeah, it's fun, but can you imagine how many people are going to fall off of that trying to go down the slide? Just from my moral standpoint, it's not a good idea. We'll stick to seating and pull behinds or something like that, something easy. A lily pad. There you go. We'll put a lily pad out back.
That's right. See? Those things are a bit pricey though, aren't they?
I believe so. I haven't priced one yet.
I see an upcharge here though, bud. I see an upcharge. Fucking now we're talking business here, bud. Think about it.
Yeah, that's an add-on.
Where are you at on jet skis? You thinking jet skis?
No jet skis.
You'll pull one behind the boat,
No jet skis. The original lily pad is $549.99 at Pontoon Stuff, or $499.99 at Dick's Sporting Goods. Which
I guess that's not horrible. I thought that was a lot
more. No, you can get one at the Walmart for $170.
Probably quality too.
12 foot by 6 foot, $250 at Bass Pro.
If you know somebody who works at Bass Pro, you get a discount.
You betcha. But see, these are aqua lily pads. They're not the original aqua lily pad.
So the knockoffs. I bet you can get on TikTok and find one cheaper.
No, it's the same company. It's just they're not. That's the newer design. It's not the original one.
Get China Direct on TikTok.
Well, we can probably hit it up on Temu and get that thing for 30 cents and they'll sell all your banking information.
Totally worth it though.
And we're not putting one of your parasailer thingies on the boat. I'm telling you that right now.
I thought you said leave nothing off the table.
It's off the table. That is worse than the slide, in my opinion. Drunks on a
jet ski?
Drunks on a parachute, jet ski, or a slide are overruled, sir.
So no fun. Got it. We're on the water. It's on a boat. Cool.
No, you can get off the boat, and I'm probably going to get. I looked into these. I want the sitting life jackets, the ones for floating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
Trying to find it real quick.
It's not like a tube, but you're kind of sitting more upright and not completely out of the water. But
no, it's basically how it came about. I believe is somebody finally figured out that people were turning life jackets upside down, sticking their legs out the armholes and wearing them upside down so they can sit in water and drink. And I'm trying to find an image of one because they make them now. It's kind of like a baby seat for an adult, one of those baby floaty seats. They got those new chairs out, but that ain't what I'm talking about. Close. There it is. I found it. Took me long enough. Jesus. That thing.
Okay. It almost looks like what matches they are, but like boxers.
Looks like it looks like a diaper. Depends. For the heavy flow days because it's got straps on it. But yeah, somebody saw a guy flipping a life jacket upside down. And I think that's where that design came from. Although the life jacket might be better because you got that neck hole to pee out of.
Of course you do.
You won't tank the fabric like you will in that thing. You won't have to wash it as much. You can always go with the Dursky inner tube policy, and just flush. Drop your butt down and throw water out of the top after you're done.
Gotta keep it clean,
Patented flushing technique, he calls it.
Gotta be, we're not savages.
So what else do we need to stick on the boat since we're on it?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that the stereo is already in check.
Yeah, the stereo. It's gonna have the big ass stereo and the light system. I want to put the water lights on it to where it actually makes the water glow underneath and all that stuff. Along with have the inside be around the whole cabin lit up so you know where you're at and you don't have to run the white lights.
That'll be good.
Those will be in the awning. So the stereo system's a must though. You got to be thumping. I'm gonna put some 12-inch bazookas on there or something.
Whoa, there we go.
From the old days. Get the old bazookas and the cannons running. We'll vibrate you off the boat at the end of the trip. Who needs pontoons? It's just one big cannon underneath this thing. I don't know. I've been looking at possibly getting those seats that resemble the diner bar counter seats. Look like a little mushroom. Maybe the ones with the back on them that spin 360. I think those would be good with the little, foot rail on the bar. So you got to have foot rail. Maybe some purse hooks. Got to have the purse hooks in there.
What are you doing now? What are you putting for phone charging capabilities?
I'm not 100% sure on that one. I think
I need to get a converter and then maybe run a couple USB ports.
I think I would have to install a battery bank to do that, like a bigger one than what I'm already going to have to run on it. I'm pretty sure I'd have to put in at least 4 of the deep batteries to run that off of instead of the normal 2 that the boat normally runs off. So maybe 4, depending on the weight situation on what I'm looking at, maybe 5 or 6.
Well, how much are you going to have to upgrade it for the stereo anyway?
That we'll have to go to 3 for the stereo. Well, it'll run off 2. A stereo will run off 2, but not a premium sound system. So I'd probably have to add just another battery for the charging stations. That means I'd have to up the output of the charging capabilities as well, or make it a plug-in boat to where you plug it in and charge it for the day. Most of them you don't need a plug-in charger for, because the motor actually generates enough to recharge 2 to 3 batteries. But if you go more than that, it'd have to have a maintainer installed on it, at least.
There's options.
Yeah, if not a speed charger. Right now I run a speed charger on the camper when it's sitting outside the house, so that way we can run all the lights and stuff in it when we're cleaning, and get the fridge prepped up, so before you deliver it, it's actually cold when you get there. That always helps. But those are some of the things we're looking at. I also contemplated putting a couple of those spinny seats up front on the nose, so maybe, you can fish off of them, depending on who the captain is, if they got the fishing certification for tourists. Don't know. It all depends on which boat design we go with, on if it's possible to put one up there or not. We'll see. All right. The long-awaited Sports with the J-Mac talk.
We're diving right in, huh?
Might as well.
All right.
We'll see if you get any audio off of this. It's probably copyrighted, but we'll do it in.
Push. That is deflected by Potch. Here is Cunningham.
The entire arena was booing her. Then she knocked down this 3 and was talking some trash back to them. And personally, I love the fact.
All right, it's enough of that guy talking. But you get the point.
So, last Sunday, I went to Minnesota to the Lynx Fever game. And I've only been to one other WNBA game, and that was in Chicago. Had a great time there. Had a great time in Minneapolis, too. Just wasn't sure what to expect with all this. I mean, when I went up there, I'd never been to Minnesota before. AI told me that there could be protests and stuff outside. Turns out, when we got back, we did see videos of protests of people supporting Sophie, about there shouldn't be men in whatever. But where we parked, I never had to walk outside. I was able to stay on the skywalk and walk straight in. So I didn't see any of that. We still had a great time. Never felt uncomfortable. I do have a Sophie shirt. I did not wear it just because I didn't want to have any issues if there were to be. I don't think there would have been. I didn't see anything like that. And probably half the crowd was probably wearing Indiana shirts and stuff like that. So it was a good time overall. I just did not like that aspect that they want to sit here, preach one thing, and then they allow another thing to happen.
I can see why not. So who'd you actually go up there to watch? Were you up there to watch the Fever, or was your favoriteest player playing again?
No, my favorite player plays for Chicago, but I do like Olivia Miles. I like the Lynx. So most people probably didn't understand me there because I was cheering both sides, and I wasn't booing both sides, but I was reprimanding them when they were doing bad things. I was there to watch them both. Yeah, I would have liked Indiana probably to win more. Caitlin being from Iowa, whatever. But do love watching Olivia Miles and the rest of the Lynx team. They always play a good game. I'm just more into it for the sport. Like I said, I do have one favorite player, but even Chicago's not my favorite team. But I will go watch them again.
Yeah, how was the Chicago trip? I don't think you really covered too much of your trip up there to watch that one.
If I ever go to Chicago again, especially for a game, it's to go in for the game and it's to get the fuck out. I don't want nothing to do with Chicago. Man, the traffic is just horrid, first of all. And
I agree with you on that.
The traffic. I never had any issues with people or anything like that. There was just so many.
You weren't feeling people-y that day, I take it.
Oh, man. But no, Chicago wasn't a bad town. We did get to see a little sightseeing and stuff like that. So it wasn't horrible. And we didn't go, when we went to Minnesota, we didn't drive around, or do anything else. We went straight to the game, and then we left, came straight back, which wasn't a bad drive. I think it was like, just under 4 hours. I'll probably go there again. Because I do, with the way ticket prices are, we got kind of cheaper seats. They were still pretty good, even though we were up there a ways. But one time, I want to save the pesos and get down there a little closer.
Yeah, I still haven't decided if I'm going to end up at a WNBA game or not.
Oh, you'll be there. We'll make a trip of it, man. It's fun.
Haven't pulled that trigger yet. We do have
like sports enough.
The closest thing that I've done is in that realm is like going to a basketball game at Barnstormer Stadium, Wells Fargo.
Yep.
The
Center.
Yeah, the league that plays there. That's about as close to a basketball game as I've gone to, minus the Harlem Globetrotters when I was a kid.
And I think I've only seen the Harlem Globetrotters down there at the Casey Center. That was probably back when it was called Betts Auditorium.
Yeah, yeah, it was still Betts back in the day. We probably went to the same game and just didn't know it because we didn't know who we were back then.
Because we were 12.
The damn Washington Sentinels never win a damn thing.
Not even in football.
No. Is that their actual name, though?
Who's that?
That plays the Globetrotters all the time? I know it's Washington, but is it the Sentinels?
Well, I don't know. I thought it was the Washington Sentinels were from the replacements.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
That's what they should have named the Commanders, honestly, if they wanted to sell a lot of merch. Washington Generals. That's what it was. The Generals, not the Sentinels. They generally sucked. And that's what they're paid to do.
Just because they couldn't make cartwheel half-court shots, you know?
They weren't horrible at fundamental basketball, but they just didn't have the tricks down. And then one more thing I gotta hit you with, because I know how much you like keeping up on Marvel movies. You're like 800 behind. They are re-releasing Avengers Endgame on September 5th.
Never be showing scenes or what?
They are putting in approximately 7 minutes of added material, including custom introduction and bonus scenes. Includes a revised or extended ending tag designed to bridge the story directly into Avengers Doomsday, which premieres on December 18th. I made the connection from the jump when the multiverse came out. But apparently they feel like they need to go back and re-edit a movie to make you understand how Tony Stark became Doomsday. So
it's either that or that was their plan the whole time, just for a cash grab.
That is.
Look how many times these fucking people just re-release shit and call it the special edition.
They added 2 minutes
the
of
10th
footage.
anniversary. You know, I get it. Or never before seen. Well, why did you just show it the first time? If it was that good for the fucking movie.
Then you got, like I said, Doomsday's releasing on the 18th of December. And then you got Avengers Secret Wars releasing December 17th in 2027. And then they're bringing out Black Panther 3 December 15th of 2028.
And who's playing that guy?
I forget who it is. David Johnson starring as aged up T'Challa, whatever his name was. I don't remember his name, so I didn't watch that one. I saw it, but I didn't get to see all of it. So I didn't get really invested into the Black Panther part of the series, just like I didn't get into Winter Soldier that well either. I know the principles of it, but I didn't really pay attention to it. Kind of like Ant-Man. I watched the first one, but I haven't watched like many of
Ant-Man and the Wasp and all that.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of the Ant-Man and the Wasp or anything.
I like Paul Rudd though.
I went back into the timeline and put everything in chronological order and watched every movie in order. But when you watch that many movies in a row, are you really paying attention to the ones that aren't that great? Or are you working on the computer, playing on your phone, and waiting for the next one to show up? I mean, seriously.
Hey, completely different thing here. I just had this pop up on my Facebook. It looks like they're making a Grown Ups 3.
Yes, they are. They
are
making
shit.
It. Yes, sir. They are making it with the original cast, I believe.
Yeah, that's what they got a picture of everybody on it. So
it's happening at Netflix.
Not surprised that Adam Sandler had that deal with. I don't know if he still has movies he's got to do for him or what, but I know he had that deal with them years ago to do X amount of movies.
Oh, here's another one that's coming out. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Warner Brothers is actively developing The Matrix 5.
See, I thought there was more than that even.
Yep,
because there's at least one, because I really like the Matrix series, but I remember 1, 2, and 3, but maybe it's just the 4 that I missed. But I thought there was 2 that I had watched, but I know I've watched 1, 2, and 3, but I really did like the Matrix. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
They're bringing back the original cast for that too, I believe. It's all hinging right now on Keanu.
I would say you have to bring him. If you don't bring him back, I don't think it'll be remotely the same.
The official plot details and a finalized cast are still under wraps, though insider reports indicated discussions point toward a potential return of Keanu Reeves.
Hopefully he does.
How can you have The Matrix without him
That's what I'm saying.
at this point?
But, they've done dumber shit,
Yeah. Like Major League 2.
With Wesley Snipes and Omar Epps.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but there's no amount of weightlifting that's going to get Wesley Snipes' face to change and look like Omar Epps. I understand. It was all the legal stuff and all that crap that was going on, and it had nothing to do with the movie. But really? Omar Epps as Wesley Snipes.
But then look what they did with the Iron Man, with Don Cheadle and
that's
Terrence
Captain
Mann.
America. Oh, sorry, Iron Man or Don Cheadle. Yeah, no, I get that one.
And wasn't it Terrence Howard? Wasn't he the original Iron Patriot? Or he was going to be. He played that character.
It was Doomsday that's Iron Man. It's the guy that plays Doomsday.
No, in the very first Iron Man, the guy who played the guy who ends up being Iron Patriot, it was Terrence Howard. And then he didn't even know he was cut out of the second one until somebody brought it up in an interview, if I remember right. And they replaced him with Don Cheadle. But the Iron Patriot suit didn't come out until, second Iron Man, I think?
Yep. I remember what you're talking about now. It was Terrence Howard. Yep.
I mean, Don Cheadle did a great job, don't get me wrong, but I would have loved to seen Terrence Howard take that role further.
Well, wasn't it they dropped him because of political shit?
I think there was just some bullshit behind the scenes.
Just a minute. I'm going to find out. Nope. Wasn't political shit. Terrence Howard left Marvel due to a major salary dispute and behind-the-scenes friction. When Howard refused to take the reduced offer, Marvel recast the role of James Rhodes with Don Cheadle.
And you think he would have renegotiated something, because he would have made a lot more money in the long run.
Now that I'm reading this on some of the stuff, the reason I would have left too, because he originally got paid $8 million, was going to get paid $8 million for the sequel. And they sliced it down to $1 million. Was his final offer that they were going to give him. That, I mean, don't get me wrong, $8 million is a lot of money, and so is $1 million. But if you start negotiating at $8 million and you end up at $1 million, they wanted to recast him to begin with.
Right. Yeah, they were pushing him out.
And now he's mad at Robert Downey Jr. for not stepping in and supporting him in it to help him keep his money. And the director wanted to take the role in a different direction. So there's a lot of shit. Leave it to Marvel. I mean, 3 different Spider-Mans. Tobey Maguire's still the best. Oh, that reminds me. You have a comment that was posted on the Hulk episode. I figured you'd want me to read it out to you. It's on Spotify. There we go. From Tammo, Scott and Tammy.
Okay.
Bill Bixby was the best. Kobe is wrong, per usual. LOL.
Yes! I fucking knew it. Finally. That's all I needed. I just needed one. Just one. Thank you.
I figured that would fit right in there with your excitement.
Absolutely.
One person in the world thinks I'm wrong. One.
Yeah, right. This one.
Yeah.
Well, 2. Me.
No, I don't count you.
But I'm in the world.
Are you? Or are you still in the Matrix or a different realm at this point? Well, you do have that mini CERN collider in your basement. You keep making the Mandela effect happen every time you clash your particles together. It was Tostino's pizza rolls.
We can save the shit that goes on at my house for another time.
I don't want to hear about you clashing your particles either. Keep that to yourself.
No, I'm talking about the paranormal shit that goes on here.
I thought you were talking about that shit you sent to my house that I got to pay for now. Appreciate it.
Well, you got to pay for it. Those are free. Those were gifts.
No, I'm going to pay for it emotionally. All right, man. I got a busy night of prepping the camper to go, so.
Yep, we got the game on now, so
All right.
Indiana's playing.
All righty. Well, the immortal words of Ashley, stay frosty.
Later, man.
Later.